What did a teacher say that made you immediately walk out of the classroom? 6. When I was in 7th grade in middle school, we had a substitute teacher. I live in San Antonio, Texas, and this older man was dressed like a cowboy, even wearing a hat inside the building, which I thought was rude. I remember it being a white hat to top it all off, cowboy hat. So I was sitting next to the window in the first row and he called upon me but didn't call me by my name. He called me "Hey Enchilada." Now in San Antonio we have a lot of Hispanic people. Yes, I am Hispanic, but never will I answer to a derogatory term such as "Hey Enchilada." I did not answer. He said, "Hey you by the window, Enchilada, answer me." I looked up at him and said, "Are you addressing me?" He said, "Hey you, yeah you." I said, "I have a name. My name is Rachel. If you look at the seating chart you will see that my name is Rachel. If you wish to address me, please address me by my name." So he said, "I can call you whatever I want." So I got up and told him I was going to the main office to report him. He said, "You do that and I'll call the office." I told him that was fine since I was headed there anyway. I went over to the principal's office and reported to him what the substitute teacher had told me. He told me to go to my next class and wait outside in a hall until class starts. When I went back into that hallway, because my locker was in that hallway, I went by that room and another substitute teacher was in the room. So the principal must have called the main office to report the substitute teacher having made derogatory comments. 7. During 4th grade, students in my school were given a choice: you could either take a violin class or an Italian class. Knowing that I'm not good at learning new languages, I happily choose violin. Violin is going well for a few weeks. We learn how to play hot crossed buns, that is it. Anywho, I am practicing in my grandmother's room one day when I accidentally bump into a wall. This violin is demolished, all of the strings fall off of the tuning thingamabobs. Clearly my violin jargon is top notch. So I show up to class with my broken violin in hand the next day. So I sit in my seat while Ms. Violin teacher does attendance. When she tells us to take out our violins, I show her what I have done. She looks mad, but she doesn't say anything. So I put my violin back in its case and intend to ask her later what I should do for the rest of the year. She does not seem to enjoy my plan to ask her later. During the middle of class, I am reading a book at the moment. She comes over to me and yells at me to pay attention, even though it is still hot crossed buns, and play along. I gesture to the broken violin next to me when she says that I should pretend to play so that I could make myself useful. I ask her to explain how me pretending to play a song that I already know would make me more useful. She proceeds to yell at me about how pointless my existence was, so I got up and walked right out of there and into the Italian class next door. I took my seat and explained to Ms. Italian teacher that I would like to learn Italian with her. Next thing I knew, I was on her class roster and receiving grades in Italian despite my unconventional way of joining the class.